so the first thing I want you to do is do your research. Find a pump that's comfortable for you. Both of these pumps were comfortable for me. What I really liked about the Spectra 2 is that it came with custom size flanges. I could control the suction speed. I could control the suction pressure. All of those things added to my comfort. Now with the Medela, I was able to find a custom size flange, which is totally okay if you got the money to do it. But you're already spending a lot for a pump, so why do you have to buy extra parts? They should know that breasts come in all different sizes and shapes. We all know that. So I love the fact, and I appreciated that Spectra took that and they actually provided the extra size for me, which was absolutely amazing. Both pumps have amazing features where you can change the suction speed or the suction strength, which is something you definitely want to do. So just look at some of the options that they offer and see if they're really going to be catering to your comfort. Comfort is everything with pumping, and I'm going to drop some secrets on how to make your pumping game strong so that you can go as long as you want to go. Me and baby girl have been going for about 9 months now, and we're still going strong. I work full time, I pump at work, I come home and I nurse, and we're still able to make it work. And I know that you can too. So one of the things I want to share with you is comfort is everything. And if you're not comfortable, if you're stressed out, you're not going to express as much milk. So when you're at work and you're having a rough day, I'm going to encourage you to pull out your phone. Look at that sweet picture of that baby. Look at something funny in social media or in the news. Get yourself in happy spirits, because if you're not going to get as much as you want. It's really funny because I work at a college and we have like this little community fridge where I have to store my milk. And on the days that I'm stressful, my students can tell. They'll come up to me and they're like, "Did you have a rough day? Because you only got like 2 ounces." And it's really funny, but it's so true. If you're not comfortable, you're not going to get what you need for your baby. And you want to be proud of what you do. You want to keep it up. So let me encourage you to just be comfortable. Even on your bad days, just put yourself at ease and be comfortable. You can do this. Alright, what I also like about my Spectra 2 pump is just how easy it is to use it. You want a pump that's fairly easy to use. I will say the Medela was pretty easy to use. They both have a letdown phase, which is really, really nice. It is very similar to what you experience when the baby's actually nursing. So when the baby's on your nipple, they're stimulating it, trying to express that milk, and once that milk is expressed, they stop sucking as fast and they go into what is known as the letdown reflex, where they're swallowing the milk. The Medela is really nice because it automatically does it. The only thing about the Medela is that you can't change the pace of what it automatically is doing. I love the Spectra because although I have to hit the button when I'm ready for it to go into letdown phase, or what they call the massage phase, I can control how fast or how slow that massage phase is, which is really nice because we know all babies are different. They all don't suck at the same pattern. They all don't suck at the same strength. So being able to change that was an absolute plus for me. Some of the other features on my Spectra 2 that kind of stood out for me was the digital display. I love the idea of having a digital display. I'm pretty sure there's a Medela model that has it, but I'm sorry guys, I don't have $400 or $500 to spend on it. I am good with this because I have my digital display, and I also have a really handy dandy light. You can do a bright dim or a light dim, which is really nice at night. I didn't have this at first when I first started pumping, so when I would do my midnight pumpings, I would have to leave the room because I didn't want to wake everybody by turning on the lights, and I couldn't see the pump to actually adjust the dial and do everything I needed to do with it anyways. So I would just leave the room, do my business. Plus the pump was super loud, so I didn't want to wake anybody. This pump allows you to be able to stay in your room without turning on the brightest light in the world. You have a nice little light here because your baby's probably going to be sleeping in your room for the first couple of weeks anyways, in their bassinet or crib or whatever you have for them. But it's just really nice, and it is super quiet. This POWERHOUSE right here is super quiet, and I love it. Let me show you. You won't believe me until I show you. So this is my Medela over here, and I'm going to turn it on so that you can hear what it sounds like. And then I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to turn my Spectra on so you can hear what it sounds like. I'm going to turn the Medela back on, I'm going to turn it off. And it is night and day difference with how quiet this pump is and what all it backs it up with. I love it that I can stay in the room and pump at night, even though I don't do night pumpings anymore. But it's just an amazing feature to have. At the price that it's offered at, who can beat it? I'm sure the Medela has acquired a virgin, but again, I'm not about that life. I ain't got that kind of money. So you definitely want a pump that's easy to use and has the features that you need to make your pumping journey successful. Girl Zaria's here joining us. She's watching her cartoons right now, being a really good girl. But the next thing that I like about this pump is that it is truly a quiet powerhouse. Both pumps are powered by AC adapters that plug into the wall, and actually there's a model of the Spectra that runs on an internal battery whenever you're out and about and you don't have access to a plug or anything like that, which I think is really cool. You should check that one out too. But both of these run off of AC adapters that plug into the wall. But what I noticed is that this pump was really different. Like when I plugged it in, I filled up 2 bottles. Normally I get about half a bottle on each side, and I'm talking about a big bottle. But I filled up 2 bottles, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, I know with new pumps, you know, you get good results, but I just didn't understand what was going on. So I just decided to look at the actual adapters to see if there was a difference in the actual adapter. Silly me, I guess I was really bored. But anyways, there was a difference. This adapter is a 12 volt AC adapter. The adapter that most Medelas are powered off of is a 9 volt AC adapter, and I think just the strength and the power behind what's running this machine made a lot of difference. So when you're looking at pumps, look at that power strength, because what you're going to want is something that's going to be able to handle your needs, your suction strength, your suction power, is something that's going to last a very long time. I love it for a lot of reasons, but the power strength was definitely something that stood out to me. So the last thing I want to share with you about why I love this pump is, first of all, ease of getting replacement parts. I was able to order parts online and get them within 2 days, and they were fairly cheap. So, and durability. This is a pretty good pump. It's lasted me a very long time. It's very portable. I can take it with me anywhere. Just pop it in my bag and I go. What happened with my first pump I got through insurance. It wasn't this Medela, but the suction and strength weakened out on me. I wasn't pumping as much, and I could feel that the pump was going. So then I got the Medela, and one of my parts broke, but the part was super expensive, or in my opinion was expensive. I don't want to pay $30 for no kind of part to replace, and I wasn't really getting the results I was wanting anyway, so I decided to try the Spectra after reading some reviews on how good it was. So that's how I got to this pump. Nothing was wrong with this pump, I just needed a part. Well, one of my secrets is, you know, make sure that your parts are in good working order. I got new little diaphragms. I got a lot of them for $10. And so that has made a lot of difference. I'm back going strong in my game. So that is another secret. If you're not doing as well and maybe the strength is not as hard or as strong as you want it to be, check out your parts on your pump. Make sure everything is connected correctly. Make sure there's no tears on the different pieces, because you may need to replace it, and when you replace it you may see a world of difference. But when you're looking for a pump, go ahead and take a look at how much those replacement parts are going to cost, or add them to your registry. I don't know. But, you know, that's just something that you want to keep in mind, because it's inevitable that you may have to buy a replacement for your pump. So I like it for those reasons. One of the things that kind of is a downer for the Spectra pump is how easy it is to come apart. I mean, this is not broken. It's okay. It's just that, you know, if you stretch a little bit, this may come apart. It doesn't really it just pauses your pumping cycle, and it may not be something you're interested in doing. It doesn't happen often for me. It's not enough for me to not like the product, but it does happen. Like I said, I'm going to share the good and the bad. Another good thing about this pump as we wrap up is that it fits the bottles that I use for my baby. It came with bottles to pump in, but I like the idea that I can pump straight into the bottles that I use for her, that no drop is left behind, because you know that sometimes when you pump in the bottle that comes with the pump, you got to pour it into your baby's bottle, and there may be a couple of drops that stay inside the original bottle, and you know, every drop is precious. Our milk is like liquid gold. So I love the fact that I can pump directly into her bottles. Hi, thanks for checking out our review. I hope you have a wealth of information to help you buy your first pump. Even if you don't buy the Spectra, buy what's good for you. I'm just telling you what worked for me. If you have any questions or you like the video, please let us know in the comments below. We'll talk to you next time. Zaria, say bye. We're done. Say bye. Say bye.